Hello students, today we are going to start with the basic operations on the signals. So there are two parameters for the operations. In these two parameters we can perform the different operations on the signals. That is, the operation can be performed by using the parameter, amplitude, or operations. Different operations can be performed by the on the signals by using the time factor. So first one we are going to check the amplitude parameter. The first basic operation is the amplitude scaling. Scaling is nothing but the multiplying. Suppose x of t is your original signal and c is the scaled factor. Then after the scaling, then you will get the cx of t is the amplitude scaled version of x of t, whose amplitude is scaled by the factor c of c. Suppose this is your original signal, that is x of t having the maximum amplitude 2. Suppose this signal is scaled by the 2 again. So the 2 into x of t. Suppose you want to generate the 2 into x of t. That means you have to multiply the 2 to the amplitude of the x of t. Suppose 2 into 2, so 4. So the amplitude will get increased. So and maximum amplitude of 2x of t of signal will be the 4. Again, suppose x of t is scaled by the zero point 0.5 parameter. That means your maximum amplitude of the input signal is original input signal is 2 multiplied by zero point 0.5. So the amplitude will become 1, right? So this is nothing but the amplitude scaling. Next one is the addition. Again, this basic operation is performed on the amplitude. That is, addition of the two signal is nothing but the addition of their corresponding amplitudes. That means x1 of t and x2 of t is the two input, and we are going to add these two signals. Then you have to add the amplitude of these two signals, or amplitude uh, values of this signal, and this can be explained by these figures. Suppose this is the first signal x1 of t having the maximum amplitude 1 from minus 3 to the 3, and second signal x2 of t having the maximum amplitude minus 2 2 from the minus 10 to the 10. So if you compare these two signals, the x2 of t is started with the minus 10 and x1 of t is started with the minus 3. So minus 10 to the minus 3. So from this figure you can conclude this. So minus 10 to the minus 3, the amplitude of third version, that is a z of t, that is z of t is the addition of these two signals. So z of t from the minus 10 to the minus 3, there is no amplitude in the x1 of t, but there is amplitude present in the x2 of t. So this signal have the 0 amplitude and this signal is have the 2 amplitude. So x1 of t plus x2 of t for this time period, so 0 plus 2, so it will become 2. So that's why here the 2 you will get the 2. Next, the from the minus 3 to the 3, the x1 of t having the 1 amplitude and x2 of 2 having the 2 amplitude. So from the minus 3 to 3, the amplitude of zt become x1 of t plus x2 of t, that is 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 becomes the 3. So z of t becomes the 3. After the 3 to 10, that is 3 to time scaling of 3 to 10, the amplitude of z of t is equal to x1 of t plus x2 of t. For the this first signal there is a 0 amplitude and second signal there is a 2 amplitude. So 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. So in this way you can add the both signals by addition factor. Next, subtraction. As like addition, you can subtract the amplitudes of both signal. That is, the subtraction of the two signals is nothing but the subtraction of their corresponding amplitude, and this can be explained by this figure. Suppose we can take the similar example x1 of t and x2 of t. x1 of t having the scale from minus 3 to 3, having maximum amplitude is 1, and x2 of 3 having the scale from minus 10 to the 10, having maximum amplitude is 2. So as seen from the diagram, so minus 10 to the t, if your time parameter is minus 10 to the minus 3, the amplitude of third version, that is z of t, is equal to first signal, that is x1 of t minus x2 of t. But the x1 of t is the maximum amplitude is 0 for this time period, minus 10 to the minus 3, and x2 of 2 having the maximum amplitude is 2 for minus 10 to the minus 3. So 0 minus 2 is equal to minus 2. So the zt will become for this period, so it becomes the minus 2. Next, minus 3 to the 3 for the time scaling, time factor minus 3 to 3, the amplitude of z of t is equal to x1 of t minus x2 of t is equal to, this is the amplitude of x1 of t 1 and this is the amplitude of x2 of t is 2. So 1 minus 2, it becomes minus 1. So z of t will for this factor is minus 1. Similar for the next time period, that is 3 to 10, z of t becomes x1 of t plus x2 of t is equal to 0 minus 2. So this is x1 of t having the 0 period and x2 of t having the 2 period. So 0 minus 2, so it becomes minus 2. So you will get the minus 2 for the period. So in this way you can subtract the amplitudes of first sequence with the second sequence. The next operation is the multiplication operation. Multiplication of the two signals is nothing but multiplication of their corresponding amplitudes, and this can be explained by this figure. Similarly, as addition and subtraction, we can multiply the two signals, that is x1 of t and x2 of t. So for the same period we can take, that is minus 10 to the minus 3, minus 10 to the minus 3, the z of t is equal to x1 of t multiplied by x2 of t. But for the x1 of t, for this period, the x1 of t is 0 and x2 of t is 2. So 0 into 2 is equal to 0. So for third signal, so you will get the 0 amplitude. Next time is minus 3 to 3, for the minus 3 to 3 time period, the amplitude of z of t is equal to x1 of t into x2 of t is equal to 1 into 2, that is equal to 1. So that is 1 is the amplitude of x1 of t first signal and 2 is the amplitude of second signal, that is 2 into 1, so it becomes 2. For next period 3 to 10, t is greater than 3 and less than 10, the amplitude will become z of t is equal to x1 of t into x2 of t. So that is 0 into 2 is equal to 0. So in this way you can perform the multiplication operation. So up to this, the addition, subtraction and multiplication is this operation is performed on the amplitude factor of the signal. Now we are going to check the some operations which are considering the time factor of the signal. Next one is the time shifting. Time shifting means the signal is shifted to the positive infinity or the negative infinity. That is x of t plus minus t0, that is time period, is shifted version of the signal, original signal x of t. If your signal is shifted towards the positive t0, then you will get the negative shift. If uh, if that is if x of t plus t0, then you have to do the negative shift, and x of t minus t0, so you will get the positive shift. So this can be explained in the this figure. So this is your original signal, and if you want to shift x of t minus t0, so x of t to the t0, so you will get the right shift, and if x of t plus t0, so you will get the left shift. Next, time scaling. uh, Time scaling is the scaled on the time version or time axis, that is x of at is time scaled version of the signal x of t, where a is positive. If modulus of a is greater than 1, then the compression of the signal, and modulus of a is less than 1, then the expansion of the signal. That is x, suppose this is your original signal x of t having the minus 2 to the 2 period. If you want to do the operation x of 2t, that is 2 is the scaled factor to the t is the time axis or x axis, so you will get the compression of the signal, that is mod of a is greater than 1, right? And if you want to do the x of t by 2, that means modulus of a is less than 1, then you will get the expansion of the signal, that is a u of at is equal to u of t, that is time scaling is not applicable for the unit step. So unit step, for the unit step function the time scaling is not applicable. Next one is the time reversal. Time reversal is nothing but the mirror image of the original signal or mirror effect of the original signal. That is the x of minus t is the time reversal of the signal x of t. Suppose this is your x of t. If you take the mirror image of x of t, you will get the x of minus t. Next is the system classification. So you already know the definition for the system. System is a physical device having the different components, and the input to the systems is nothing but the excitations, and output to the system is nothing but the response, right? So there are two type of the system basically, that is SISO and MIMO. SISO is nothing but the single input single output type of the system, and MIMO is nothing but the multi input multi output type of the system. So these are the some classification of the system. That means system can be classified in these categories. That is, system may be linear, non-linear system. System may be time variant and time invariant system. System may be linear time invariant and linear time invariant system. System may be static or dynamic system. System may be causal, non-causal system. System may be invertible or non-invertible system, or system may be the stable or unstable system, right? So we are going to check this system in details. First one, system is a linear or non-linear system. A system is said to be linear when it satisfies the superposition or homogeneity principles. Suppose the system obeys the superposition theory or superposition theorem, then that system is called as a linear system. Suppose consider the two systems with the input x1 of t and x2 of t, and the outputs are the y1 of t and y2 of t respectively. Then according to the superposition theorem or homogeneous principles, transformation is, we can call it as a transformation of a1 x1 of t plus a2 x2 of t is nothing but, that is this t is getting multiplied in bracket, that is a1 transformation of x1 of t plus a2 transformation of x2 of t. Therefore transformation of a1 x1 of t plus a2 x2 of t is nothing but, if you transform on x1 of t, then you will get the y1 of t, and if you transform on the x2 of t, you will get the y2 of t. So the output will become a1 x1 of t, a2 x2 of t, and this output is nothing but your input. So this condition is satisfied for the linearity of the system. And suppose this system does not obey the principle of the superposition theorem, then that system is called as a non-linear system. So from the above expression, it is clear that the response of overall system is equal to the response of individual system. That is, response of the overall system is nothing but the response of the individual system. Take the one example, that is t is equal to x square of t. That is, so y1 of t will become transformation of x1 of t, that is that is equal to x1 square of t, right? So input is your x1 square of t, and y2 will become transformation of x2 of t, that is equal to x2 square of t. Suppose we can take the transformation of the overall system, that is t is equal to a1 x1 of t plus a2 x2 of t. You will get a1 x1 of t plus a2 x2 of t bracket square, because input square. So which is not equal to a1 y1 of t plus a2 y2 of t. Hence the system is a non-linear system because this system does not obey the principle of the superposition theorem. Next, time variant and invariant system. The system is said to be time variant if its input and output characteristics vary with time. Otherwise, the system is considered as a time invariant system. The condition for the time variant system is y of n comma t is equal to y of n minus t. The condition for time variant system is, this is for invariant system and this is the variant system, y of n comma t is not equal to y of n minus t, where y of n comma t is equal to transformation of x of n minus t, that is input change, and y of n minus t is nothing but the output change. Suppose, let us take the one example, y of n is equal to x of minus n. Then y of n comma t is equal to transformation of the input signal, that is x of n minus t. If you transform the signal, so you will get the x of minus n minus t. So that is y of n minus t is equal to x of minus n minus t, which is equal to x of minus n plus t. So that is y of n comma t is not equal to y of n minus t. So hence it is this system is time variant system. So the variant system, that is if the input signal changes with the output, so you can call it as a variant. If does not change, then it is called as an invariant system. Next, linear time variant, that is LTV, and linear time invariant system. If system is both linear and time variant, then it is called as a linear time variant system. And if system is both linear and time invariant, then the system is called as a linear time invariant system. Next one, static and dynamic system. The static system is a memoryless, whereas the dynamic system is a memory system. That means, suppose I take the one example, y of t is equal to 2x of t. For the present value t is equal to 0, then output will become y of 0 is equal to 2x of 0. Hence the output is only depend upon the present input. Hence the system is a memoryless or static. So this system is a static system. But for the, if you consider the second example, for the present value t is equal to 0, the output will become y of 0 is equal to 2x of 0 plus 3 of x of minus 3. Then x of minus 3 is the past value of the present input, that is the past value, for which system requires the memory to get this output. Hence this system is called as a dynamic system. Next one, causal and non-causal system. A system is said to be causal if its output depends upon the present and past inputs and does not depends upon the future inputs. For future inputs, and for the non-causal system, the output depends upon future inputs also. So suppose take the one example, y of n is equal to 2x of t plus 3x of t minus 3. So for the present value t is equal to 1, the system output will become y of 1 is equal to 2x of 1 plus 3x of minus 2. Here the system output, that is y of t, depends upon the present input, present and past, that is present is x of n and past is x of minus 2. So the system output depends upon the present and past, then the system is causal. And if the output is depend upon the future also, then it is non-causal. That is, we can check into the example 2, that is y of n is equal to 2x of t plus 3x of t minus 3 plus 6x of t plus 3. For the present value t is equal to 1, the system output is y of n is equal to 2x of n plus 3x of minus 2 plus 6x of 4. Here the system output depends upon the future input also. That is, hence the system is a non-causal system. Next, invertible and non-invertible. The system is said to be invertible if the input of the system appears at the output. That is, if x of t is the input fed to the h1 of t, and next one h2 of t is invertible system, then output will become y of t is equal to x of t. That is, y of x is equal to x of s into h of s into h of y, that is y of t. If you convert into the s domain, that is equal to x of s into h1 of s is equal to 1 by h1 of s. Since h2 of s is equal to invertible system, so it is 1 divided by h1 of s. Therefore, y of s is equal to x of s, that is y of t. If you convert into the time domain, so you will get the y of t is equal to x of t. Hence, the system is invertible. And if your y of t is not equal to the x of t, then the system is called as a non-invertible. The next one is the stable unstable system. If the system is said to be stable only when the output is bounded for the input, bounded input. That means your system is should be of BIBO, that is a bounded input, bounded output. For a bounded input, the output is unbounded in the system, then said to be unstable system. That means if suppose the input system input is bounded and system generates the output which is also bounded, then we can call it as a stable system. And if we apply this bounded input to the system, and but the system, due to the system instability, system generates the unbounded output, then it is called as an unstable system. Let us take the one example. Y of t is equal to x square of t. Let the input is u of t, that is unit step bounded input, and the output is u of 2t, that is u of t bounded output, because scaling factor is does not apply on unit step. Hence the system is stable. But take the second example. Y of t is equal to integration of x of t, that is u of t is the unit step and output is integration of u of t. If you integrate the u of t or unit step function, you will get the ramp signal, so which is a unbounded signal. So this is called as an unstable system. Okay. So thank you for this.